Before we get into it today, we just want to let you know that Dave is doing better. Every day he's getting better. Last night he actually was able to sleep mostly in a bed all night long. I'm not saying he slept all night long, but he laid in a bed all night long. Got about 6 hours of good sleep, I think.
Most I've gotten in a couple weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since the bike crash.
Yeah.
And lungs great. Ribs are still broken.
Healing. They're healing.
Broken but healing.
Yeah.
But no, it's doing good.
Yeah. So everything's looking good. I think we're on track to get back in the van later this week. If we do, you'll be the first to know.
It'll be interesting because, our raised bed. I've been wondering about climbing into and out of the raised bed. And
yeah.
So
we'll see how that goes.
Maybe that'll be the next video after this is Dave in the van again.
Maybe. We'll see. If that happens, we're hopeful it's going to happen this week. So
Not that I don't mind hanging out here.
No, but we are itching to get back in the van for sure. Shall we get into the second episode of Recovery Kitchen? So, this begins today's episode of Baby, I Broke My Back Ribs. So we have 2 big racks of back ribs, pork baby back ribs.
We have company coming tonight, so.
Yeah, so we're going to rib it up. We first are going to do a dry rub. Now, when it's kind of marinating in the fridge with a dry rub on it, we're just going to put it in the Instant Pot for that because that's what I'm going to cook it in anyway, so we might as well save a pan, save some fridge space, do the dry rub, put it in the Instant Pot. So before we actually dry rub them, I'm going to be putting the liquid down in the bottom of the Instant Pot, which for the liquid for this, we are going to be using Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Her favorite. We don't drink a lot of soda, but...
No, we don't. But that's my, if I want a treat, that's what I get, right?
So the reason this is a liquid we're using is, and we could do a very simple, we've done baby back ribs before in an Instant Pot. It's very simple. You could go buy your basic pre-made dry rub it on there, put it in here. That's probably, put them in the Instant Pot, and you cook them for a half hour or so. I think we'll get into that more, but and then you can just buy we're gonna finish them in the oven with a barbecue sauce that we're gonna make from scratch, and that barbecue sauce that she's putting together has Wild Cherry Pepsi in it. So I thought,
why not carry that over here?
We'll just put it in here too.
But there's a million different ways you could do this. This is just something we're coming up with. This is about 2 cups. So this is a 6-quart Instant Pot, and I'm just going to fill to the bottom of the trivet. So I don't really want the ribs soaking in the liquid. It's more of just like pressure cooking them. To this, we're adding 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. We don't have the benefit of having a barbecue here to actually finish them on the barbecue to get that smoke flavor. So we are going to...
We're going to try a teaspoon.
Yep.
And... we want them slightly smoky, but we don't want to put I don't really want to rub the ribs themselves with the liquid smoke. I just want to get some of the smoke, smoky.
Get some of the smoke.
to come up there and impart a smoky flavor to it. So I'm curious if we've not done this before.
This is kind of an experiment, so roll with it, right?
Rolling with it.
Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to bring the ribs over in a moment. First, let's put this dry rub together.
Now we've used this dry rub before that Irene came up with on some spare ribs a while back, and we really liked it. But there was, we don't really like hot food, but just having a hint of heat is kind of nice sometimes. But this didn't have anything, so she picked up some chipotle chili powder. No idea how much to use.
It's really kind of smoky. It's smoky, which I really like, and it does add a bit of heat. So we're not using a lot, and that will also be another experiment. For the dry rub, we are using 2 tablespoons mustard powder, 2 tablespoons onion powder, 2 tablespoons garlic powder, 2 tablespoons smoked paprika, a teaspoon of pepper, and 1.5 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons, oh no, whoops.
No.
That's the 1/4 teaspoon of chipotle pepper.
It's a pretty good amount of dry rub, but we're doing two ribs, so you could cut this in half if you wanted, I think.
Yeah. So we'll just put that on front and back. Give it a nice rub.
How's that look?
Looking good. Time for a flip. Dave already cut the membrane off the backside of these. There is like a thin membrane along here that needs removed before you cook these. But there's a lot of videos on how to do that.
It's pretty easy. You just break, you know, you get an end exposed, grab with a paper towel, and it just peels right off. No problem.
We'll get this rubbed in nice and good, and then we will get these in the Instant Pot and set them in the fridge for, I'd say, about an hour. Let's talk barbecue sauce. For this barbecue sauce,
we could just buy some barbecue sauce.
We could, and I actually think for one rack, we will use Sweet Baby Ray's on one of it, just to compare.
I like Sweet Baby Ray's. I don't look at the ingredients.
No.
Don't use it a lot. But yeah, I agree. We should do Sweet Baby Ray's on one, and then your homemade barbecue sauce with
rhubarb. I still have rhubarb left over.
We're cooking rhubarb.
This is the end of the rhubarb. So what I did was line this with foil, put a little oil down because you don't want it to stick. There's 4 cups of cut rhubarb, a cup of halved cherry tomatoes. So the rhubarb is from Jesse's, our son's. The cherry tomatoes are from our friend Joe's garden. And then I have some garlic I just got from my dad. So I'm going to throw 4 cloves of garlic on there as well.
So your dad's garlic, our son's rhubarb, and our friend Joe's tomatoes cooked in our friend's kitchen in Newport.
Yeah.
What are you going to name this barbecue sauce? Something about friends.
I don't know.
Family.
It's a family affair. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. So these are just going to go in a 425 oven for about 15-20 minutes. I'll just keep an eye on them, see how they look. And then this gets blended up, some more things get added, but we will meet you back here. I'm going to also pop the ribs in the Instant Pot. We're going to do high pressure 20 minutes and then a 20-minute release, I think.
25 minutes.
Okay, high pressure, 25 minutes, 20-minute release.
Yeah, it depends on how you like your ribs. Some people don't like them too much falling off the bone. They like to have a little bit of, you know,
meat.
Chewiness to them.
Yeah.
So with the big batch, I'm guessing that 25 is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
If not, it's exact. We'll pretend that's how I want it.
That's right. And also, if any of you can see the clock on the stove or see the clock in the background, we have not waited an hour for these in the fridge. We're actually only waiting a half hour. The afternoon kind of got away from us. I took a nap too long. Pistol, hi. And so anyway, we're kind of on a time crunch now. So they've been with the dry rub a half hour now. I'm going to get those cooking. This is going in the oven. We'll meet you back here. These are roasted out of the oven, nice and soft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is all going to go into the Vitamix, and then we're going to add a few more ingredients. You just had to poke everything. That's my move. Okay, well, it wasn't supposed to stick. I guess I didn't get that oil over on that side.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, we don't want tin foil.
How much are we making here?
Enough.
As bad as this looks, it smells good, but this looks terrible.
Do you think it's going to be tangy? You know how barbecue sauce is? Tangy.
Tangy.
Yes, and wait till you see what else we're putting in here.
The anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep being confused because something that looks so bad smells so good. It really smells good.
Okay, you just put that over on the stove, and then we'll start to add the other ingredients into the blender. First is going to be 1 cup of wild cherry Pepsi, again with the wild cherry Pepsi. All right, can you measure me out 1 cup of that and put that in? And then, let me see.
You need to take a swig out of there. Like a real bad.
Right.
Just one of these?
Yeah. Plenty. I think those vegetable, the rhubarb has broken down so much, it's going to actually be pretty liquidy. Okay, so let's talk about balsamic vinegar for a moment. They're not all created equal. So when you originally think balsamic vinegar, you think the watery, really
At least we did, because that's all we'd ever been exposed to was the cheap vinegar that was dark colored that they called balsamic vinegar, but it's not.
But what I want to recommend to you guys, if you can get your hands on some barrel aged balsamic vinegar, there's an 18-year one that we get at the Olive Pit in California. This is from Napa, Cal Vinegar, barrel aged balsamic. The longer the better, in my opinion. 3 tablespoons of this. But when you pour this out, kind of show them how thick and dark that is. I mean, this would be good over vanilla ice cream. Yeah. It's like syrup. And I do love it. A lot of people do apple cider vinegar in barbecue sauce or barbecue, but we are going with the balsamic. But, do you want to say this?
Worcestershire. Worcester. Why do you do that to me?
Worcestershire?
Worcester.
Worcestershire.
I don't know.
This 1 tablespoon is going in.
Just like it's spelled.
Yep.
Worcester.
Yes.
I love Worcester sauce.
Okay. We'll put that to the side here. A pinch of salt, and we're gonna do just a pinch of pepper. Like bam. Yeah.
Pinch of pepper.
You're like Emerald Lagasse.
Just a little.
Yeah, great. And then a 1/3 cup of brown sugar. So between the Pepsi and the brown sugar, I think that's going to be enough to make it kind of a sweet and sour situation with the rhubarb. That's my idea. You can add ketchup to this, but I'm not going to, only because we've added the tomatoes, and I feel like that's going to be enough of a tomato thing happening.
Well, once we get it all blended and we can taste it.
We're going to give this a whirl.
So now what?
Now that that's been blended, I don't really want to...
Whirled. It's been whirled.
It's been whirled, sorry. Should we taste it? I mean, we are going to be simmering this.
Oh, it smells good.
Does it?
Yeah, it smells
Oh.
The wild cherry.
Wow.
Let me see.
I mean, once that's kind of... You know what it reminds me of? Plum jam.
Yeah.
What's it need? It's definitely got a tang.
I think it needs more vinegar.
It's definitely sweet. You think so?
I think it needs to reduce down.
And then we'll taste it again.
Redo.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna start natural release. I think what we've determined with the barbecue sauce, it needs to be a little sweeter.
We're always trying to make everything as less sugar as possible, but when it comes to something like barbecue sauce, it's got to be barbecue sauce.
You just gotta go with it. So we're actually gonna be adding a 1/4 cup of this honey. Now, last video, I think we mentioned that someone came over from Corvallis and brought a little care package for Dave. And this was from Russell. He brought this over. We've already opened it and sampled it on some homemade rolls, but this is gonna be a nice addition to this barbecue sauce, I think. Okay, so we will simmer this a little while longer. We still have 20 minutes to natural release on this. And then we will baste and pop in the oven to broil. So we're gonna try one with the custom barbecue sauce and one with Sweet Baby Ray's.
And let's leave like this section here.
Yeah.
With nothing on it?
Okay.
Or...
Let's try it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did make some slaw. Nothing too fancy, but I'm going to tell you one thing I put in my slaw that I love. Mango. Diced mango. Slaw and ribs just sounds good, right? Okay, here it is, you guys.
Okay.
We have the custom barbecue sauce.
We gotta name it. We can't call it custom barbecue sauce.
I
We
know.
gotta call it just rhubarb. Irene's rhubarb sauce. And that's the rhubarb sauce there.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I will probably put more sauce on mine. To me, needs more sauce.
As far as the timing, that's exactly how I like my ribs. I don't want them to just, you pick the bone up and the meat just falls apart.
No, it's perfect.
But it's so tender.
Yeah.
But it stays on there. I agree there's not enough barbecue sauce in it, but what it did taste is really good. I'm glad we added more honey. I'm not getting much smoke from the liquid smoke. We use a teaspoon. I would probably bump that up to a tablespoon. I think there's a hint of it.
Okay, now.
But I can't tell because the chipotle and the paprika both have kind of some smoke flavor. But
here's just the dry rub piece.
Okay.
Not my favorite. I'm a saucy girl though. You kind of. No, but you like drier.
Yeah, just dump it in there.
Dunk it in. I mean, it is fall off the bone.
Just dump that in there.
Yeah? Dunk it into the custom
It's
sauce.
going to be all eaten up tonight anyway.
Yeah.
Look at that. And this is still the rhubarb.
Yeah, rhubarb.
Dunk it.
That's good. I actually like the sauce better than I thought I would. For some reason, I always think it's not going to be that good, whatever I'm making, and then I'm usually pleasantly surprised.
Now, this is Sweet Baby Ray's. It's always been that's my go-to.
You can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. I gotta try some slaw while we're in there.
I can't say I like it better. I like it.
Right.
I
do. I think
What do you think, Pistol?
the rhubarb one is zippier.
It's zippier.
Yeah.
It's Irene's rhubarb zippy barbecue sauce. Zippy sauce. Okay, so we got to stop eating until our company shows up.
We do?
I think we should.
Oh no.
I could just sit there and eat this whole thing. That is so good.
This is delicious. I would recommend making this barbecue sauce.
Yeah, you can mess with it a bit.
If it had a touch of heat, I think that would be good.
I would probably go with the full teaspoon of the chipotle.
Yeah.
Because I'm just getting a tiny, tiny hint of it. So our company doesn't like the heat. So this is perfect for that.
I think so.
But if you like some heat, I would probably go to a teaspoon of the chipotle sauce. Chipotle chili powder.
Chipotle, I think.
Tomato. I would go from a teaspoon of liquid smoke in the liquid to a full tablespoon.
Yeah.
Get some smoke up in there.
I will try and put this on our website, but again, this was just kind of an experiment, and I think it was a success, though.
Yeah, I think it's something that, don't be afraid to experiment. Just, use what you have and try to balance the flavors. If you like it acidic, try to find more acidic ingredients and try to find that sweet acidic balance.
Sorry, you have a meat beard.
Meat beard.
All right. I don't know what the plan is for next week, but
How about we were thinking about doing road rash ravioli next week, but we could be convinced to change our mind if someone comes up with.
I'm not 100% on it.
I love ravioli. And when was the last time I made raviolis?
Well, I made ravioli with Tia in Florida. It was mildly successful. They were a little too thick.
Right. So we need a redo. And I was thinking, looking at the pictures of my road rash, we could fill them with hamburger or sausage. Sausage raviolis. Road rash ravioli.
Yeah. We'll mull that over. There'll be some more discussions about this. But
If you can come up with something better than that, let us know.
yeah. Drop your recommendations in the comments below.
Drop them.
Drop them like they're hot. We'll catch you down the road. Carry on.